Hi, I'm Stavros. Good morning and welcome to Walker Commercial Vehicles here in Rathcormac, County Cork, in Ireland, the MAN Truck Centre. So I'm down here today to drive this 2019 TGX 6x2 with 500 horsepower. So I'll be taking you on a full exterior tour of the truck, then we'll hop inside and look at all the interior features, and then we'll be getting hooked underneath a trailer and taking it out on the road for a test drive. You ready for this, guys? Let's go! Okay, let's have a full walk around Walker's demonstrator tractor unit, the TGX 26500. So what you're looking at here is the XLX cab. Now you can get a more spacious cab called the XXL if you want more interior space, but here, as I said, we have the XLX. So yeah, it's got a straight 6-cylinder diesel engine, 13-litre diesel engine with 500 horsepower. But yeah, the overall design of this truck has not changed in around 19 years of its life. So yeah, it's undergone a couple of facelifts and some interior tweaks. But yeah, the overall design has not changed for many, many years. You look up on top there, we have the air horns. They are very loud. I'll give them a blast later on. But let's just walk in a bit closer and I'll open up the grille and give you a look behind that. I have it already open there. From the bottom of the dashboard, there's a little lever. But quite easy to keep an eye on your fluids. We can top up our oil and also check our coolant and top up our washer for our windscreen wipers. Now I'm just looking at the air suspension for the cab. It is set a bit low when you compare it to other trucks. It's just a bit low there on the tractor unit. But nice bit of bright work there on the bottom of the grille. And let's just close the grille and wait for the click. There you go. Now they changed this recently as well. They updated the grille here. This is bigger, the MAN sign, and they also moved the line logo from down there to up here. Now if you're wondering where the line logo came from, it came from a company called Bussings AG. Now Bussings was a truck and bus manufacturer from Germany, and when MAN acquired them in the early 70s, they took that line logo with them, and that's why it's incorporated into the MANs now. And if you're wondering what MAN stands for, it's Maschinenfabrik Augsburg Nuremberg. That's what MAN stands for. So we don't have any LED headlamps, but we do have an LED daytime running lamp here. And these lamps down here, one of these is a maneuvering lamp. So when you're doing your small maneuvers, it'll light up all this area here. So very handy at night if you're reversing into awkward yards using your maneuvering light function. So I kind of like that. Now there is no dipstick in behind the grille. It is an electronic gauge on the dashboard. But if you want to tilt the cab, it is quite easy to do. It's electrically operated. There's just a little lever in behind that little door there, and we can press that switch and it will tilt your cab electronically. Now we don't have super singles on this truck. They are standard size wheels, so we have 315 80 profile tires and they are 22.5 inch rims. And that's a pusher axle as well. That's not a steering axle. That's just a pusher mid-lift. So we have 460 litre diesel capacity, and your AdBlue tank there is 24 litres. Would have been nicer if that was a bit bigger, but there you go. 24 litres it is. And our catwalk area. Now you can adjust the air deflector kit on the top just by those adjusters. So I can't reach them. I'm 6'2", so you will need a ladder to do that. And let's just have a quick look in at the engine. Yeah, you can't really get a proper look at it there. And oh yeah, we have the MAN van there pulling in as well. Check this out. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on one of them in the future, and he has a couple of more new ones there as well. So quite nice. So the MAN van. Okay, moving on, we have the fully adjustable fifth wheel. So I always like to have them on a truck. Your adjustable fifth wheel. And moving around to the rear, we have LED tail lamps, which is always very good to have too. And we have the air tanks there. They are sticking out a bit too much out the back, but yeah, it would be nicer if they were tidied in a bit. And our two wheel shocks. And we have that is your air dryer filter on the back. We have 4 airbags on the back axle, and we also have 2 airbags on the pusher axle. So it should be very comfortable on the road. We'll see how that is when we hook underneath our trailer. So let's just move over here. And Now, MAN refers to this as the after treatment plant, would you believe? So everyone else refers to it as the exhaust after treatment system, but MAN say it's the ATP, after treatment plant. Okay, and down here as well we have the diesel bottle there, so you can monitor how dirty your diesel is, because it'll all accumulate at the bottom of that bottle, and you can unscrew it and just empty out all the dirt. So that's handy to have. We have a 2 battery layout here, so one battery is stacked on top of the other on the MAN, and we have a battery isolator switch, and this system here is for your AdBlue. So yeah, I think it's time to hop into the cab and give you a look around and see what the layout is like. I already have it opened up here, and I'll give you a look at the key. So we do have a remote locking and unlocking on the MAN key, and we have nice fabric on the door and also storage down the side. Now you can change the beige finish here on the interior. If you want a grey finish, you can get that as well. Nice silver finish on the door also. And of course we don't have any clutch pedal, so with the new TraXon gearbox, it is a fully automated gearbox. That is a remote for your back axle. So let's just have a look at the side locker here. Let's just open that. Now there is an equally sized one on the passenger side as well, so I'll just show you this one. We have our ABS Susie there, all your towing equipment, and we have a nice pole there, so you can screw on a little squeegee sponge at the bottom of it there, and also your ice scraper. So that comes with the truck, which is quite a nice touch. So let's close that up, click it in. Yeah, so we have 3 steps leading up into the cab. Let's hop up for a look. We have full adjustment on the driver's seat, textile finish on both seats, and that seat is heated as well. There's a switch on the dashboard for it. We don't have any leather on the steering wheel. It would be nice if that was finished in leather, so it might be something you might want to look into. Now they did relocate the gear selector switch, so they moved it from over here up onto the dashboard. So let's just move around the rest of the cab first, just for a look. Now underneath the bunk you do have a reasonably sized fridge. I do like the size of that, and goes right in at the back also, so that's quite good. And beside it there we have more storage. So yeah, the cab itself, I'm 6'2", and when I'm standing here my head is just about at the top here. So if you want more headspace, go for the XXL cab. But that is your sunroof and storage there all above the windscreen. 3 lockers, more storage all around there. So yeah, it doesn't lack storage anyway, that's for sure. So let's just keep moving around. The bunk is quite comfortable, not too bad for comfort. And there at the back wall we have the night heater, and your you can open and close your windows. And up on top there, very handy, we have 2 USB outlets, 24 volt and 12 volt socket, and all around the back wall there, storage. So I like the Lion logo there on the top bunk as well, and we can move that down quite easy as well. So it's always great to have your second bunk, and you can also click it in here as well using your belt there. Keep it nice and safe. So yeah, I do like this second window here as well. Now on the XXL you will get a 3rd window up here, so that's quite nice to have. So if we move over here as well, you see the Rio system here. So this is a telematics system which will record all the performance of the truck, and it will send back that information back to the transport operator, so they can monitor what way the truck is being treated, and just keep an eye on the driver, make sure that he's driving it correctly. So that is your dashboard layout. We will be sitting in to the driver's seat shortly, just for a look around of the controls. But yeah, we have a pull-out drawer here, storage along there. We have a battery isolator switch, your cigarette lighter there, and our horn switch. We'll keep that on. And we have a nice phone cover there, the MAN phone cover, and they also do other type phones other than Apple phones. Nice touch screen as well. We'll have a look at that shortly. Let me just pull up the bottom bunk here. Now you can't access the outside lockers from inside, so you used to be able to do it, but not anymore. Anyway, we have a first aid kit there, and we have a torch and your high-vis vest, and you can store a fire extinguisher in here. and storage all around the fridge. So let's pull that down. Now if you're somebody that falls out of your bed, you won't be falling out in the MAN. So we have a safety bar there. So I kind of like that. And yeah, click that down. So yeah, the dashboard layout isn't too bad. It hasn't changed hugely either in its design over all these years. They've just kind of given it a brighter look with all the silver finish and the beige finish, which, as I said, you can change to grey if you wish. So I'm just going to start it up. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's just turn it off. And yeah, we have all our electric functions there for our windows and our mirrors. And it does have one touch up and down on the windows as well, which I really like. And we have a nice storage area here on the armrest on the door. I like that. So let me just start it up here again and give you a look at the logo there. Watch the line logo, that's nice. So we have our speedo here on the right, rev counter, engine temperature and our fuel gauge. And that also doubles up for the AdBlue gauge. And also your air pressure gauges here. So let me just zoom in on the display and just quickly go down through that. So you can go down through all your vehicle data, just check all that, and your display settings and your language settings. And yeah, it's quite easy enough to navigate your way down through that screen there. But it would be nice if it was a bit bigger, but there you have it. And down here we have all our cruise control functions. Thick to hold steering wheel as well, nice thick hold on it. And down here, voice activation and your phone functions, and going down through the menu there on the dashboard. So we can push the steering wheel up out of the way. So the switches there are for regeneration of your diesel particulate filter. You can do a regen on that there. So we do have a nice touch screen here as well. This is similar to one that you might find on a Scania. Of course, Scania and MAN are owned by Volkswagen. So let's just click the navigation system here. So it's quite nice sat nav as well, nice big screen. So yeah, I really like that. So moving down to the dashboard, all our air conditioning controls here, and we do have an auto function for it as well. Down here, our lane departure warning. We have our anti-skid regulation switch here. So I like that, and our differential lock. And this is for taking the pressure off the pusher axle. So if you want less pressure on that axle, you can press that and it will give you more traction on your back axle should you find yourself in a tricky situation. And that is for lifting up and down your pusher axle. So down here is our gear selector. So drive, we have drive maneuver mode. So for all your slow maneuvers, and reverse maneuver mode. So yeah, you see there it says Profi. So this is the professional gearbox, as they call it, the Profi system. So you can go up and down through your gearbox manually. So up and down through the gearbox here, and we do have a 3-stage exhaust brake system as well. So I kind of like that. And we do have an auto function as well for the exhaust brake. That's operated here. So your exhaust brake will come on automatically when you press your brake pedal. And here we have a hold function, your hill hold, which I also love in trucks. A great feature to ever come out in trucks, your hill hold function. Now, I've complained about the layout on the mirrors before. It's just too close to that pillar. I mean, you can't see out between that at all, so that needs to change, and the sooner the better as far as I'm concerned. But other than that, the mirrors themselves are not too bad. It would be nice if the top one was a bit wider, but the wide angle one is pretty good. Yeah, but they shouldn't be all housed in one piece either. They should be separate housings, and you should be able to look out in between them. So anyway, we will get hooked underneath this trailer and hit the road. Okay, so we're just about to set out on the drive. Now, I've driven a distance away from Walker Commercials because I just wanted to get a feel of the truck. So yeah, let's put it into D, off the handbrake, and off we go. And see what the TGX 26500 is all about. So yeah, 500 horsepower, 13 litre straight 6-cylinder diesel engine. So what we're in here is known as the D26 engine. Now you can move up to the D38 engines, and that will give you 540 horsepower, 580 horsepower, or 640 horsepower. But we've got 2,500 Newton meters in this TGX. But yeah, the TraXon gearbox, it does change gear smoothly. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's a ZF gearbox, and on the previous version to this truck we had the AS Tronic gearbox. So this is a vast improvement on that gearbox, and it will perform better for your fuel consumption as well. Yeah, it's a very smooth gearbox, but yeah, it would be nicer if it changed gear faster. So it wouldn't be as fast as a new generation Scania or a Volvo FH with the dual clutch gearbox. So nevertheless, it's still performs quite efficiently. So we'll make our way out onto the motorway and see how it performs. But you can get an air ride front suspension. We don't have the air ride front suspension here, but it's around €2,000 extra, around that. And between each of the engine sizes, it's €2,000 to €3,000 extra as well. So you might want to keep that in mind if 500 horsepower won't be enough for your business. Just move up to a higher engine power output. So yeah, we'll just cruise up here to 80 kilometers and see how it performs. But we have a very light, well, we have no weight on the trailer, guys. It's a Fruhoff trailer by Newton Trailers, so it's a tipper trailer there. Of course, it's always great to test these trucks with a full load, but yeah, not today. So yeah, we're there revving in at 1200 RPM, just under, at 50 miles per hour. The power band is coming in there at 950 RPM up to 1350 RPM. So that is the power band. But yeah, of course, I mean, more powerful engines, obviously you will be using more fuel with your more powerful engines. But then again, it all depends what way the truck is driven. I mean, this truck, you should easily get 10 miles per gallon out of it, even higher, maybe 10.5. But yeah, these trucks are kind of a very good truck for like groupage companies, or if you're towing reasonable weights all the time. These are a very good performing truck. But I mean, going back years ago, 500 horsepower was considered very, very high. But today it's just an average truck. 450 horsepower, 500 horsepower is just average power now in a truck. We have an old Volkswagen camper van there. Looks like he's been traveling a bit, judging by all the stickers on the back window. So yeah, I'm just going to use the tag here because they don't have a holder on the windscreen. So I'll just hold this up and that should read our tag. Is it going to read it? Preferably today. He's telling me to move up a bit. There we go. We got there, guys. So yeah, let's power up through the gearbox and give you a sound of the engine. Yeah, it is quiet on the interior of the cab. That is quite well done. It is a quiet enough engine on the drive. Now we do have a 3-stage exhaust brake. So let me just check that there's nobody behind me and I can test this. So into stage 1. Yeah, that's quite good. I'll just leave it in stage 1 for the moment. And yeah, we can press our gear selector there as well, and it will also slow us down. So that is very good. And of course we can go up and down through our gears using this the column stock here. So yeah, we can knock it down a gear there, and we're there into 11th gear, and knock it back up and we're into 12th gear. So yeah, it is performing quite nice. But as I keep saying, guys, yeah, it would be nice to have an air ride front suspension, but the back axle is very comfortable. You can really feel that. Out on the side roads there, it was performing very well. So yeah, I would be quite happy to drive this truck on a daily basis. Very nice. Now, yeah, okay, the windscreen is a bit narrow. It would be nicer if it was a bit deeper, so you could see down a bit lower there, but maybe that's something they can improve on the next model, just give us more visibility down low here. But other than that, there's not a whole lot more to complain about with the cab. I am getting a fair amount of wind noise, but obviously that's to be expected from any truck. There is no truck out there that will give you very, very low levels of wind noise. They all have their wind noise problems. So yeah, I'm just going to move up off the motorway here. We will roll up to the roundabout and I'll use my exhaust brake. So yeah, if we had a heavy load now, it would be pushing us now, but we're slowing down really quickly now because we have no load on. But I'm not using my brake now, and I'll use the exhaust brake and just see how far I can go. Yeah, it's slowing me right down there. Look, on stage 1, look, I'm not even pressing the brake pedal, look. So yeah, that's a good performing exhaust brake now, and that's only stage 1. But yeah, we'll make our way back to Rathcormac and bring this truck back to Walker. But I mean, if you were to compare this truck to, say, the equivalent 500 horsepower Volvo FH, you're talking about 10,000 euro in the difference in price. So that's a lot of money, guys. You really need to think about that when you're buying a truck. So it's not all about the badge on the truck. Oh, some guys like their Volvos, they love their Scanias. But at the end of the day, you know, transport operators, they look at the figures. What's the fuel consumption? What's the part supply like? What's the servicing like? The warranty? All these things come into play when you're buying a truck. But yeah, the TraXon gearbox is smooth. Definitely smooth, alright. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm going to make my way back to Walker's now and hand the truck back. And there we are, back from the drive. So I'm just going to open the door because I just want to give you a couple of hoots of the air horn. Now that's loud. Nothing wrong with that. And you see the infotainment screen. I forgot to tell you as well that you can get a blind spot camera. So you can monitor it here on the infotainment screen. It's already pre-wired. So Walker Commercial Vehicles will supply that for you if you wish. And if you're not too happy with the monitor there, you can monitor it up here. They will fit it up here for you. But yeah, that's just your blind spot camera, something to consider. Yeah, so this truck will be coming in at around 100,000 euro. But the prices vary all the time, so do contact Walkers and they'll put you right on the price for your TGX 26500. So if you want to see a previous video that I done of a used MAN, that was shot last year. It was 10 years old at the time. That was the TGX 18 with 480 horsepower with a manual gearbox. So you can check out that video. But yeah, quite a nice comfortable drive, and not too loud on the interior as well with the engine noise. But the back axle, great comfort from that on these trucks. But if you want even extra comfort on the front axle, do consider the front air suspension. About £2,000 extra to have that. But you see the trailer there? That was kindly supplied by Frank McCarthy Haulage. The cover on top of this trailer, guys, it can be operated by remote control. So you can cover it and uncover it just by standing on the ground here. It's great. But yeah, it's so much better than these winding systems. But you see the weigh system there. You can keep an eye on the weight of the trailer by that digital readout there as well. So I do like that. And we have our aluminium wheels as well to cut down on the weight. But oh yeah, I must show you as well over here. Look, they have a bunch of TGE vans. So yeah, you can get them even in 4-wheel drive if you wish. something to consider. So yeah, you can get them in 140 horsepower or 180 horsepower, but maybe I'll be down again and we can shoot a video on one of these. But yeah, that just about wraps us up, guys. Definitely a truck to consider, the MAN TGX. But I will wrap it up there. A huge thanks to Walker Commercial Vehicles down here in Rathcormac in County Cork in Ireland for having me here today. And thank you all for watching. I'll chat to you all again next weekend for another video. So until then, take care and thanks for watching. Cheers! So I'm down here today to drive this TGX 6x2 Walker Commercial Vehicle. I won't say down here as well. So this trailer was kindly supplied by Frank. We'll give this one a go.